wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas. The roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Off-play action. Gibson. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. This one caught out wide by Landry. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I have to say a very solid performance.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Gibson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Ortiz escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
On 3rd down. Callaway. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And his throw here's incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Ortiz got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Open man is Jordan, the tight end. Touchdown, Texans! Brevin Jordan, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, Gibson. To the right side, complete to Taylor. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Looking to throw. Gibson. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And it's good to make it 14-0. So So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Taylor. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
These two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So a win here in Houston would give them the season sweep.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Off the option, here's Taylor.
Room here to run. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run. He was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll run on first down. Callaway. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him. and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Ortiz. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line, and these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Looking to throw. Ortiz. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down, makes it manageable now.
On third down, a run by Mack. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Ortiz throwing on fourth down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in week 5. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Now Ortiz off the bootleg, sliding out of the, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Quiddy Pay, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks, got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Back to throw. Ortiz. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
To throw is Ortiz. To throw on second down.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off inside the 10. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Off play action. Gibson. They'll roll him out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Gibson. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the inning, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll contain him to just 4, second down. Operating from the gun, Ortiz. He finds his man, complete. That's Jordan. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From the gun, Ortiz. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun, Ortiz. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 15-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the 2nd quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here.
They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
Back to throw. Ortiz escaping the pressure right. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. They'll wind up losing 3 yards there on the play, as that'll lead to a 2nd and goal. At the 7-yard line.
Check back 46. Check back 46. I got you.
Looking to throw. Ortiz. Under pressure, they got him again. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
2 straight sacks have them backed up now for a 3rd and goal.
Back to throw. Ortiz. Caught by Jones. They are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Fairbairn able to put this one through.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away.
Take it in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Throwing on first down, Gibson. And throw right side complete to Parker. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Second and 2.
From the gun, Gibson.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, Gibson throwing the out route incomplete. It's Parker, and he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this first half, and on 3rd down, they looked his way again. And what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive moving.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Looking to throw, Gibson. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw, Gibson. Finding some room at midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. This is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. This will be fielded inside the 5. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Here's Ortiz off the play fake. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the give, this is Mack. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Carry over from the first half. That defensive line continues to control the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're actually playing the game in the offense's backfield. They're taking those offensive linemen and pushing them back towards the quarterback and towards the runners. I still don't think, though, that you abandon the running game totally, because if you do, you're asking for a lot more hits on your QB.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Looking to throw. Ortiz. And that's complete to Cooks. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch. Especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw. Ortiz. Throw complete right side to Colts. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, his 5th overall. And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
A good gain on 1st, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
They run once more with Taylor.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
On 1st down, Gibson.
And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again, Gibson. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On 1st and 10, Gibson. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Gibson.
He's got Granson, his tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
7 yards, the pickup there.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Oh, the option to give to Taylor here.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
Tershawn Wharton,
the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Looking to throw. Gibson. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Gibson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. This will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is.
Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, the fact you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll keep it on the ground. Callaway. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Let's go, B, let's go. All right, let's get there. 46 to Mike. 46 to Mike. Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Off the bootleg. Ortiz. And that is incomplete. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Here's Cameron Johnston now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Gibson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Tershawn Wharton picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. To throw. Gibson finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he's got the 1st down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off play action. Gibson.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
The Colts on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
This one quickly into the hands of Landry. That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just one but two Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie Joyner. So some pretty good company at 750.
Yeah, you talk about the playmaker, Michael Irvin, and the guy who just made plays, Charlie Joyner. And that's what we're seeing here. Similar style in terms of being dependable, being open, and turning it into plays that you remember.
He was trying to find Mo Alley Cox, his tight end, and it's third down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
The offense on third down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Well, with him trailing here in the second half, maybe his legs can try to give this offense a spark.
And that's the benefit of having a young quarterback, right? Having a rookie, a guy who will say, hold it a second, I have a little bit of fearlessness to my game. It isn't working as well the other way. Let's see what I can do to help my team this way. And boy, he did it there.
They go play action here on first down.
And that's into the hands of Mo Alley Cox, the tight end.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Looking to throw. Gibson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. To throw again. Gibson.
That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And the Colts are going to be looking at a first and goal as he's out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Taylor.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Off the play fake. Gibson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, everybody in the house had to figure that was going to be a 1-yard plunge. I know I was fooled. How about you?
Absolutely. I had to readjust my eyes when it was a play fake. Good job defensively, though, to not bite.
Too bad that didn't end the series. They still have to hold in there.
Third down and goal now. And this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. Back to throw. Gibson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Touchdown! That's caught. Devontae Parker. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Colts have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
On 3rd down, Callaway. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
He's back to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. No gain on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. Not good. They didn't move the football an inch, and precious time ticking off the clock. Back to throw. Throw over the middle. Going to be caught here by Mo Alley-Cox. And the Texans scoop it, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yep, the opportunity squashed. Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for Houston, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Atlanta Falcons next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3 and 4 through 7 games. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time.